Hello, how's it? In the name of Christ, how you doing? It's your girl, Karabo. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy. I hope you're stellar. And I hope you're in a neat little bunch. If you're not, I'm sorry. I'm not in a neat bunch either. Welcome to the story of my life. Okay, y'all, I am sorry about my wig. I have to keep apologizing about these wigs. They're covering a very old hairstyle underneath, mini braids. And yeah, they look better than my mini braids, so let's just deal. Yeah, y'all, I have something to get off my chest. I should essentially start not recording daily for the sake of basically catching up, but it is what it is because I got some stuff to share. You are not gonna believe what just happened to me. Like, the devil is working really hard to mess with some people. The devil is working really hard to mess with some Christians. I'm just saying, alright? Like, somebody deleted everything on my phone that I have recorded for the past literally like 2 weeks. Edited content that I was yet to move to my computer. And they deliberately deleted everything. I cried like a zombie. Not that zombies cry, but I was zombie-like. Having cried like a zombie, God Almighty had my back, because God Almighty always has my back. I went and I looked up recovery software on Google Play, found an app, and I expected this app to basically say pay $150 to recover your lost footage. And no, it didn't. It was completely free. So I was able to get every last one of my videos back. That's the only reason why I'm not crying anymore. And also the only reason why I even came to record a video today, because guys, the work that I do is voluminous, and in it I am led by the Holy Spirit. I speak, and like I said, it's voluminous. Hours upon hours of chat sessioning. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to have to recall what I said before and try again. If at all a video does not make it online that I recorded, it's only because I've made a decision not to upload it. But nobody gets to make that decision for me. There is an attack on my work, and the attack tells me that I must be impactful. We war not against flesh and blood. That person that did what they did probably was led by a demon in a frenzy of a trance. Probably a frenzy of a trance. So as soon as it became evident that I am getting my content back, I stopped being so mad at them. I stopped being so angry, because I realized that what it is that I lost, I got it back. So what's the point of holding a grudge? But just the fact that somebody tried to delete my content, like 2 weeks worth of recording my videos, edited, exported off mobile CapCut. Y'all know I have to add for the animated segment. I have got to add like a filter for my face for the doll. I had done all that, and that doll filter takes 10,000 years to export off my phone. It's really frustrating. It's like watching paint dry. So when I have watched multiple paint dry, multiple paint walls, paints dry, and then it's all deleted, sure. But yeah, no, it crushed me. I cried like a baby, but I am recovered. Okay, and even then, not just any baby, but a baby that fell and bumped its head. Like, you know, that curdling cry, that curdling scream. That's how I cried. Because Normalcy means a lot to me. It is my therapy, and somebody came at it. But like I said, we war not against flesh and blood, but against, like, you know, that level of sabotage. But against rulers, principalities, and spiritual wickedness in high places. The thing that I want to chat about today, and my prayer, is that you will comprehensively ignore my wig. Because it's not giving. It's not giving. Do you think it's giving? Is my wig giving? Of course it's not giving. You're probably thinking, whoa, what's going on? By the time I'm done, my wig is not going to be the most of your concerns. It's going to be the least. Okay? Yeah. Y'all, we are at the end. The dreams that I got. I'm recording past 4 p.m. and when I start to record at past 4 p.m., the sun sets on me and everything just becomes really macabre. So the sooner I just get this message out, the better. Let's get into the gist of it. Let's just get into it, okay? People of the world, of the global citizenship of South Africa, I might not be getting viewed online, but clearly Satan is really scared of me. Because if at all you're gonna get a woman that only has binary code for views, ones and zeros, ain't nobody watching. If you're gonna go and delete all of her content on her cell phone before she uploads it to her computer, edits it, and shares it on the tube machine, clearly Satan must be scared of something. He must be scared of something. Like, if I'm that unscary, Clearly I am rather. Okay, I am obviously scary. I am obviously a sight for sore eyes. I am obviously freak-worthy. Like people be out just screaming in some corridors when they see me. I am scary. I must be. Cause why would you go on Satan and inspire somebody to delete 2 weeks worth of content? By 2 weeks, I mean almost recording every day. So we're speaking like tens of videos over here. Tens, okay? Edited. Half edited. Because I have to export them off mobile CapCut. After getting my volume at the level that I want it to be. And after putting a filter on. Right? For the doll. I only add makeup using personal computer CapCut. Yeah. But first I have to run it through Time Bolt to remove silences and whatnot. There's a lot of editing involved. That's why it's taking me forever and a day to upload content. But it's alright. But I spoke, yo. I spoke, and this work is very comforting to me. But like Satan, I'm not a Chiefs fan. That's just it. No, Comrades Marathon. I'm all about that business. I'm a runner. That's what I am. I'm always running. Yeah, okay, so my scalp is itching. Leave it be. The devil must be scared of me, getting shakes and everything. Goosebumps on the skin and all. Clearly. Obviously. Because why would you delete 2 weeks worth of content from a woman who out here ain't getting no views from nobody? Ain't nobody out here looking at me. Don't nobody care. And it's funny because during the time when I was crying, I kept seeing big wings like an angel chilling there by me, comforting me. And I was like, I'm not comforted. My content is gone. I have to re-record it. That was the Lord showing me that no, honey. He will charge his angels concerning you that you might not dash your foot against a stone. Yeah, type setup thing to guard you in all your ways, to lift you up in their hands, that you might not strike your foot against a stone. And he did that. He enabled me to find an application to recover my content, and it was completely free. So hallelujah. And the thing about that particular app is that it only recovers literally what was on your phone last. Right? What was on your phone last. So it's not going to go all the way back into 2007. But all I needed was what was on my phone last. It came back. But the fact that the devil tried to get all that in the cloud of the internet with nobody ever being able to see it. Somebody's scared in these streets, y'all. People are scared. Human individuals are afraid. They are very afraid, but they're in a severity of denial about all that fear. Listen, I keep getting dreams, nightmares and stuff of people trying to do away with the veracity of hell. Last night, I was embittered and angry because of demonic attack that was just chilling, pressing on my chest. I prayed and I prayed all night and I prayed all night some more. Slept at like 5:15 a.m. in the morning, having all night prayed. I have extended my fast to the end of August. Until further notice, we'll see what happens, okay? So I'm in a fasted state and I'm busy praying all the time. I did a video the other day speaking about praying and praying and praying. Without ceasing. So I broke past the melancholy, the sorrow, and the macabre of yesterday, the demonic attacks, the death spells. Yesterday I was speaking about human sacrifice rituals on my person by ugly, horrific, menacing, mentally ill men. And the spell was in operation, and even though I did a video to try and make myself feel better, it didn't work, because at the end of the day, when these things are pressing on your chest, you gotta pray until you break through. So I did just that. Stayed up all night, watched a little bit of Supergirl on Netflix. You know, Netflix, yes, like it, brah. Entertainment industry. First season, you'll be out your happy. Second season, bah, they slap you with the LGBTQ agenda. I'm so irritated. Like, every time like those two women are out here talking like they love each other, I have to skip past those particular scenes because the show is largely clean except for like there. And for me, it's like DC is a kiddies what do you call this? Like it's a kiddies marketing ploy. Like they are gunning for children. Superman, Supergirl, The Flash, all that jazz. Green Arrow. It's supposed to be child friendly. And yet they are just proliferating LGBTQ++ agendas, whatever, okay? To some kids. Yeah, whatever. So I have to keep on skipping past the two lesbian girls. Every time they talk, I just don't want to hear what they have to say because they're obviously trying to sell us something. But the thing that's going on Supergirl, it's just confirming to me that the devil likes to hook people with season 1. Or just like with celebrities, he hooks people with the clean girl image that they come to the forefront with. And once you're in love with Taylor Swift because she's such a clean Christian girl, then bah, she comes at you with witchcraft. in her second album, in her third album, in her fourth. You get my point. Yeah, they sell us sweethearts in season 1, and then in season 2, they out here infiltrating PQRSTU agenda. Anyway, whatever. So I just scroll past it because I need to keep myself awake for hours so I can pray. I need to keep myself awake for hours so I can pray. And one of the best ways, the mind is unproductive when you're praying in tongues, but you are praying in tongues. The Spirit is, however, at work. You need to basically keep yourself in a prayer mode. And while I watch copious hours of YouTube content, either sermons or people commenting on what's going on in the world. But Christian content is grieving right now. Why? Because me, I'm tired. The world of saints are tired. Like, there's just so much evil, and Christians are always just commentating on that evil, and it gets too grieving sometimes. It's like, I just want to get away. Okay, I don't want to hear how Kamala Harris is destroying the United States of America. I don't want to hear how there's all these riots in the UK. I don't want to hear how in South Africa there's like a big fat chunky problem with extortion. All these random, nasty, menacing protection fee people shooting husbands and wives to death because they would not pay a protection fee, raping women because they would not pay a protection fee. Guys, I'm tired of watching the reality of what's going on in the world. I can watch several hours of it a day, but I need a break. I need a break. I need to be able to get away from the insanity of what is happening on earth. Everything that could fall apart is falling apart. Sick and tired of listening to anti-Semitic sentiment. I'm sick and tired of having to skip past adverts where they're trying to tug at our heartstrings concerning what's going on in Gaza when Hamas was wrong and Israel has to make war. Like, sick and tired of listening to Christians turned anti-Semitists, like, flipping on some people overnight. It's like, I used to follow your channel, now I can't listen to you no more. I'm sick and tired of people protecting, defending wicked men and women, and it's just exhausting. And I'm also like grieved by even Christians making commentary about the insanity of everybody else. It's like the insanity is what grieves me. I'm sick and tired of listening to people coming at brothers and sisters that are doing what they must do, okay? Calling out false preachers for what falsities they are, like bad eyelashes, yeah, and then having some randos out here in these comments sections being like, touch not God's anointed, do my prophets no harm. Like what? Must we just leave them to out here blurt out anathema? No, they gotta be called out. But I'm sick and tired of these people making war with the body of Christ for calling out like Kenneth Copeland and Tiffany Montgomery. We're tired. They're false. Somebody gotta call them out. I'm sick and tired of all these false preachers and the people who love them out here coming at brethren with boot prints on their faces on some don't be saying nothing about my beloved anathema preacher. My beloved anathema preacher, don't touch him. Don't touch my TD Jakes. Don't touch my Mboro. Don't touch my Mukwena. Don't touch my... I'm tired. Like, why must we not touch these randos that are touching the body of Christ with all their heresy? Somebody gotta touch them. And y'all are taking that scripture out of context. I'm tired. I'm exhausted with just the attack. Yeah, like, y'all, I can respect a brother calling out a fake preacher, but me, I get grieved by seeing them people in the comment section out your boot printing him. I can't deal. The people that are out here saying, Jesse Duplantis is the man of the day. No, he's not. No, he's not. And if we don't call him out, who is gonna do it? Who? I'm tired of all the people, and there's just literally too many of them, to a point where a brother gotta do a 1.5 hour live just explaining why he had to call out Tiffany Montgomery. I'm not doing it. I mean, I'm cool with the brother explaining why Tiffany gotta be brought low, but all these randos that made him even do a 1.5 hour live, why does he have to defend why he must defend the faith? I mean, God says that we need to defend the faith and do so in gentleness. He's done that. Why does he now have to defend why he defended it? Why does he have to go and explain to why it is that you are dangerous turf? You're on dangerous turf when you keep listening to Juanita Bonbon Banam, whatever her name is. When somebody's calling out Keyon what for extorting funds out of people out here pulling at the heartstrings of people like Gaza kids without having the context, trying to make people pay for your $1 million church. Like, no. Why must people, why under heaven is anybody even coming again? I'm tired, guys. Like, I can't deal. Like when people come at Christians for calling out nonsense. Hey, Bato, who else is gonna do it? Must we just swing in a hammock left and right, chilling, rolling with the homies, when all these randos are out here deceiving people, being deceived? Huh? Is that what needs to happen in these streets? So it's grieving to be on YouTube. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of finding out that Canada is busy murdering people. Yo, I cried last night. It's exhausting. Okay, I cried. Canada's murdering people with medically assisted suicide. Medical assistance in dying. Oh, whoa. I was watching a video done by Ruslan and YouTube went and dumped it down there. Like, you know, when you're scrolling because you're not finding anything feasible, and then you find a perfectly viable, lovely video chilling down there. Because obviously YouTubers out here trying to hide a brother content. YouTubers out here trying to hide a sister content. Why are you sitting on 15,000 views after 4 days of uploading when you've got a big channel like Ruslan? Eh? You've got 600,000 and something thousand subscribers, and you've got like 15,000 views after 4 days. Somebody don't want nobody knowing. Somebody don't want everybody knowing that Canada's out here murdering people. Doctors are literally recommending medically assisted suicide to people who have back pain. Hey, advertising it like coffee. Are you in a slump today? Try Coffee. But it's like, are you with a backache today? Try assisted suicide. I cried last night. Some man in Canada out here applying for MAID, approved by his doctor, who has got medical expenses from here to Timbuktu and is scared that he's going to be homeless, and because of his fear of homelessness, he is out here applying to basically be helped to die. Man is going to enter eternal fire without knowing that that's where it is that he was taken. And the thing that broke my heart was the fact that he said, I don't want to die, I don't want to do this, but I'm scared of being homeless. Instead of this socialistic country called Canada giving him assisted housing, they are just trying to kill him because he's a burden to society. No more sanctity of human life. I mean, like, proper. I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. I click on them because I'm curious, but by the time I'm done watching all of Ruslan's video, all of Corey's video, all of Gospel for Christ video, all of whatever, whoever is making commentary about global affairs, by the time I'm done listening to eyewitness news about the extortioners of South Africa out here demanding Hlongwane, out here demanding a fee for protection, these gangsters, these mafia of the land. By the time I'm done watching these videos, I'm exhausted. I'm like papnut, flat on the ground like a tire that's lost some air. I've got water all over my body, yo, and it's not getting dry. It's wearing me out. After listening to a whole half an hour video from brothers and sisters across the world, even at twice the speed or 1.5 the speed, after listening to a whole hour video, basically just to get it done real quick and furious, I'm edified, but I'm grieved, I'm broken, and I'm devastated. And I'm like, hey, if all this stuff is still happening across these streets to everybody, I'm gonna stay in this grain too, because the world out here being crazy. You know what made me feel all teary-eyed about medical assisted suicide? It's because I'm doing everything in my power to stay alive in spite of a severity of hardship in my life. And if I was in Canada, I'd be told, girl, we'll put you in a nice little suicide pod. Like that same video that Ruslan did in another country. What is it, like Switzerland or Sweden or whatever? They have suicide pods that, you know, juice a person with nitrogen until they enter eternity. Somebody be out here telling me to go inside a suicide pod. I've got a whole bunch of people that are doing death spells on me, trying to get me to breathe my last, because apparently my life super sucks. Like, people in my position are being told by certain countries in the world, it's okay, we'll help you die painlessly. Hey, yo, wow. And here it is that I'm doing everything in my power to stay alive, to hold on to my life, because God is the one that gave it and he's the only one that gets to take it. I don't get to make that decision. Yeah. And then somebody's like, no, really, like, if you are too poor, and if you are suffering from backache and a toothache, if you have a headache, and if you have got no security about food tomorrow, girl, let's scrape you off these streets and put you in a casket. I mean, that little suicide pod is so deep and dangerous that it literally, it's got a robust design. After you die, the little podiki thing becomes a coffin. Yeah, apparently, allegedly, me, if I was a Swiss, I could just go to that pod, press a button, kill myself, and then I would conveniently be buried in my little pod. That stuff triggered me. Why? Because I'm struggling with suicide ideation. I'm struggling with poverty that I don't know if it's going to be eradicated. One woman out here in the comment section being like, here it is that they're busy killing all of these people. Hey, murder, this doctor, whatever happened to the Hippocratic Oath, like proper, do no harm. They're doing harm. Why would you approve medically assisted suicide? Why would a nurse recommend this for a person that's suffering from a heartache? Like, why? Because tomorrow they might just get news that something has happened, and the problems that they're facing today, they're not going to be there tomorrow. My point exactly. I was listening to something by Perry Stone the other day. I like Perry Stone. I don't care what anybody else says, okay? I'm yet to debunk him, so leave me be. And he was speaking about how once upon a time he also was suicidal, and then he went up to a mountain deciding to die, and then God gave him basically comfort, and then he came back from that mountain still being alive and everything. And here it is that all these years down the line, he's still killing it, kicking it, pushing. Yeah. And then he said that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Yeah, that stuck with me. That little statement stuck with me. It sutured to my chest. Yeah, indeed. Suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary issue. And people are out here coming up with made during a person being overwhelmed with life issues, poverty, prospects, and backaches and toothaches. And they like, kill yourself because your backache, your toothache, and your poverty means that you gotta go bye. Hey. All this when this person can just go see a dentist and the toothache is gone. All this and this person could just take a little bit of a painkiller and the backache is alleviated. Sees a chiropractor, backache is alleviated. And as for their poverty, look at you getting assisted housing in a country that has a socialistic regime. So you're gonna be fine. Instead, in Switzerland or Sweden or whatever, they are literally manufacturing these little suicide pods using a 3D printer. And my thing is, okay, could you not 3D print like a little house? Just a small little quaint, like, shack in a prairie type setup thing. Like just enough, a person having a small little living quarters. They don't gotta live in a mansion. But if you can print a suicide pod, honey, you can print a little house at the prairie. And just put them next to each other like RDP houses. That's what's good. You can do that. Yeah, so that the man that's scared of losing his home will live in a smaller home, but it's a home nonetheless, and he's not facing homelessness or even a homeless shelter. Like, there's always going to be a solution to life, okay? But nah, press a nitrogen button so you can die peacefully. Except some people even claim it's not even a peaceful death, but it doesn't even matter if that death is not peaceful or if it's painful. Bottom line is the fact that people are assisted suiciding big fat chunky grown out of the womb people. It just goes to show that the sanctity of human life is already gone. I mean, they targeted the babies in the womb, all right? And said they're not really babies, they're just a clump of cells. Now look at these clump of cells being entire born human beings, having come of age, like they're past the age of 18, they've lived, they've got family members that love them and everything. Yeah, and now they're saying just like a baby in the womb, we can help you abort yourself. Started with abortion, and now they're killing big fat grown chunky out of the womb people. It's just murder across the board, and it's being legalized by entire countries. Like, what in the world? Yeah, medically assisted suicide. I'm glad in South Africa they don't have any such rubbish, because Nami, they'd be out here recommending it to me, because I've been poverty stricken for a decade and I've been suffering like no man's business, and it appears there's nobody coming for me. It triggered me. It proper triggered me. It did. I was like, what in the world? If I was in Switzerland or in Canada, I would be out here getting told to go and chill in some kind of a pod to end me, help me along, that it can happen. That man, what broke my heart was when he said, I don't want to die, but I'm scared of being homeless, just like me. Nami, the only thing that's ever made me want to go and end my life is feeling like there's just no way that I can ever come out of this. But I've always said, I'm bored. I don't want to die. I just want to be able to live, right? But then since my life is so squeezed into a corner, it looks like I gotta die now. I have to fight suicide ideation so very much, because I recognize that God is not happy with all of this neutralizationing of people's lives type setup thing. Proper out of convenience, thinking that, one less poor person on the earth. Ho, 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 ho. And with me having a 9 to 5 that keeps me alive, it looks like, J-O-B. I got one finally, didn't I? After how many years of unemployment? Yeah, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary issue. But imagine if I had killed myself because in year 9 it just got too exquisite, the pain. In year 10 it just got too voluminous, the sorrow. So me, I gotta go. And then 1 year later, booyah, girl got a J-O-B. But I would have gone in that suicide pod. It triggered me. So this stuff, I can't. It's that basic. I can't deal. Watching the stuff is grieving, even though my brethren are making commentary that is of course appropriate, but it's grieving. The world is crazy. It's a nutbag. It's a giant chunky nut bag without any nutcrackers, because ain't nobody getting through to them. Yeah, so because everybody's just cray, it's just rough to keep watching their cray, and it's rough to keep seeing how Christians are just defending the faith and explaining why this is crazy. Yo, it is obviously crazy. Why do you have to explain so much? Why must you explain that killing a baby at term, proper, 9 months, just before it pops out of the womb, and maybe even 5 seconds afterwards, is okay? Why does anybody have to explain that? Why does anybody have to explain why abortion is wrong? Why does anybody have to explain why assisted medical suicide, whatever, you get my point, is wrong? Why? Wrong, clearly. Why also, another one that gets me, it pinches my cheeks, leaves a bruise, a deep one, a cut, like a keloid scar. Ooh, is the defense of evil men and women. Oh, can't deal. Like, here it is that Ruslan is out there doing a video talking about how Candace Owens, girl, you've dropped the ball. I used to love that woman in the beginning. Ansas by out here interviewing Andrew Tate like he's a stellar citizen. Nah, he ain't. He's a pimp. Is that basic? He's a sexually perverse human being. And my thing is, you're a woman. How in the world are you standing with him? When I let Tucker Carlson, I lost respect for Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. And Ruslan is speaking about that. And I'm like, yo, finally somebody speaks out. I believe enough people did speak out against it, right? But like Andrew Tate, a whole bunch of stuff is now coming up against him, and Candace is gonna look like really like cancerously culpable now, because girl, you defended somebody that like, the evidence is overwhelming. It's overwhelming against him. But my thing is, Omosadi, you are a woman. How in the world are you standing with that pimp? I don't care who got what on you or who got what on your husband. You gotta have your own standards. That's what's good. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, just the fact that Ruslan had to do that whole video explaining why Candace Owens is cray problematic. Like, my thing is, you know, like in journalism, fact checking, why are people listening to Candace Owens, women especially, just go about the loveliness of Andrew Tate, and they're not questioning it? Like, my thing is, why? You know, for me, it's not even so much that somebody called it out as what insanity it is that anybody believes it at all. Like, I can't deal. Like, just the hatred of truth. That which is good is called evil, that which is evil is called good. It's taxing to consume. It's taxing. Angwas me, I can't deal. I'm fainting. I'm in a suicide pod against my will, so it's a murder pod. That's where I'm at. I'm RIPing. I'm giving cold bed vibes right now, like a cadaver, crematorium. It's giving tombstone, ash, soil, sand, eternity. Yeah, I'm dying. That's what's good. I'm dying from just the indiscretion of a planet that, why are you even arguing with us? Okay, look, I get it. God does say that the great deception would happen in the end, but it doesn't make it any easier to take in your stride when it does happen. It's like one of those, easier said than done. I mean, the Lord did prophesy that such things would happen in the last days, but just because he prophesied, it doesn't make it any easier to take in one stride. It doesn't make it the pill any easier, a tough one to swallow. It's still gangster to look at people literally gazing upon that which is evil and calling it good, and gazing upon that which is wicked, that which is good, and calling it evil. It doesn't make it no easier. It proper doesn't. Just because God said that there would be a great deception, men would not love the truth, they would take pleasure in their unrighteousness, so he's going to send them a strong delusion. Just because he said it, and now it's coming to pass, does not make it any easier to take. It's still rough to see how people are just gliding, rolling, groupthink vibes, tribal mentality. Like, just to watch this like swaying ocean of insanity, indiscretion, lack of respect for anything cordial, wonderful, lovely, and beautiful, and earthly, and humane, and, you know, conserving of the fabric of society. The comprehensive disregard of that. Yeah. Don't make it no easier, even though it done been prophesied. I don't care. It's just rough to take in one stride. It's near and impossible, if not rough, just like proper, just impossible. Can't deal. Yeah, I don't understand why Ruslan and his partner in that God bless Blessing Studios. I don't get why they had to do a whole video on it. Why is this not obvious to anyone? Why is a pimp with copious amounts of evidence against his pimphood having to be communicated to as such? Like when the evidence is gawking at you and a person is out here chilling on top of a cadaver with a smoking gun. Why? Why are we having to explain ourselves? For me, it is the retardation of society, the dumbing down of society, the retardation and the dumbing down of our soul is the comprehensive sorrow of my soul, and I just can't take it. I literally can't deal. I cannot deal with the suicide parts. I can't deal with the extortion, the papgeld, pay fee, whatever, mboro, fingernails being chopped up in prison. I can't deal with seeing all that. Like, I can't deal with funny fee, like protection fee. I can't deal with maid. Like, I can't deal with the fact that somebody got to call Candace Owens out on embracing a pimp. Like, I can't. I literally have no clue under heaven what's going on. And I also cannot deal with the fact that anybody at all is still busy hanging on to my Candace Owens what thing when she is flagrantly anti-Semitic yet claiming to be Christian. Like, some people gotta repent in these streets. Like, you gotta know when something is wrong. Like, Angwazi, I can't deal. I can't deal with listening to Yaya Sinwa insisting that his life be protected in some kind of a negotiation deal. Dude, you killed babies, put them in an oven, and then switched it on. If there's a target on your back, proper, only thing that will award you amnesty is if you completely surrender, say sorry, and just never do it again. But they don't want to do that. They've got these funny rules. And for me to just keep on listening to Yaya on this tape, I'm just like, no. Nyasha, you're like, the world is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. And I can't take it. I'm having difficulty breathing. I'm asphyxiating, just like in that suicide pod nitrogen from Switzerland or Sweden or whatever. I'm asphyxiating. Like I said, it's giving RIP, cadaver, cold bed, mortuary. It's giving autopsy. This thing. It's killing me inside. And Angwazuk deal. It's undealable, this thing. Just like a bad poker match. Don't know deal. Can't. So my hair looks like this. And this here is a lot more organized than what's going on in the world. The fact that people are out just sitting on reality and veracity and they acting like it's not a thing. Can't deal. Don't nobody know why anybody got a deal in the first place, but I can't deal. Like, I'm not dealing with the anti-Semitism. I'm not dealing with Christians that turn out on the other side to just not be. Hey, great falling away. Great falling away. Like, outweigh, but when you chilling, like, popcorn and everything outside of a ministry, and then missing a person, boot print or heresy. It's like, what? Overnight, didn't you? You became anti-Semitic. Girl, I've been watching your content for 2 years, and now everything that comes out of your mouth is how it is that Israel is out here genociding, butchering Ghazian babies. Yo, sisters, I can't watch you anymore. I ain't got no respect. Like, hey, let somebody come to your country and burn a baby in an oven. Yeah. And then see if your president does not go to war with them. If he does not declare war on that land, he is an irresponsible president. Hey, out here dissing Benjamin Netanyahu. I apologize. Like, Yaya Sinwa is the one that needs a diss. But they don't get that. Good is called evil, evil is called good. Everything is upside down. Angwazuk dila. So, because Mia can't deal. Jesu Christe. I gotta pray. Jesus helps me. The king of the universe. That's my king. Don't know about you, but I'm saved. Oh, hallelujah. And because I'm saved, the spirit is grieved about what's going on the earth. Like, yo, yesterday I was thinking as I was busy, I don't know, doing whatever in the kitchen, making coffee. I was thinking, yo, God, long suffering Shem. I was like, wait, thinking, God, you are long suffering. For parents. Proper. I'm out here congratulating God for being super forbearing, because how do you deal with all this going down? Like, and you're still waiting. Why am I not in an incorruptible body? Why am I not in an incorruptible body yet? Like, yo, trumpet. When is the trumpet blast going off? Because I don't see how God has not reached the nth of himself. I don't see how the grace region season dispensation is not over yet. It just says that God is very forbearing because me, I can't deal. Why I was like, Shem. God, you have proven yourself as God, because you are waiting out so much nonsense down in these streets. So much. Hey, look at how pained I am, and you're waiting for them while they keep on stabbing my heart. Over and over and over again. Why? Yo, I need the bathroom. Yeah, what's up? I literally cannot deal. I can't. I'm struggling to cope. Like, I'm literally having a rough time coping. But when I use the bathroom, and then next thing my wig is no longer tucked underneath here. I'm trying to create a little bit of a bob. Anyway, Huluki, look, I'm having difficulty just taking in my stride. I just don't understand. Okay, I was using the bathroom, so up and down has made me breathe heavy, like I'm hyperventilating, even though people are trying to make me asphyxiate. Lack of comprehension is going on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why Elon Musk is the only social media platform content big guy that we all can find ease and chill in when we speak stuff online. Why he's the only one not shadow banning the living daylights out of our Twitter profiles, our X profiles. Why is he the only one? Why is he the only one out there dancing with Donald Trump? Like, I don't get it. Well, fake dancing with Donald Trump. Why is he the only one doing a video with Donald Trump? But like, I mean, there's some kind of good news. Mark Zuckerberg did an interview the other day speaking about how it is that what Donald Trump, his survival of that little assassination attempt that went past his ear, he was like, yeah, that made him feel like that's the stuff that America's made of. I'm like, maybe you might change your policies, Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump, give me Mark Zuckerberg. And stop shadow banning me on Facebook. Stop making RIP funeral cadaver on Facebook. But when is Mark Zuckerberg gonna turn around? Because for me, it's like, how long is it gonna take for people like Mark Zuckerberg to do a 180? Why must we only have Elon Musk? Yeah, look, I can't deal. Social media is devastating. The devil must be scared of me, y'all. The devil must be scared of us as Christians proper. He tried to delete my content. He must be shaking in his pantyhose. Yeah. Like the end of a wash cycle of a washing machine. He be out here shaking. That's how Satan is shaking, like yeah, because he deleted my content. I'm grieved. I'm already grieved. Like, I'm struggling to overcome death curses that are still in operation, nightmares, dreams, and jefela of people in the occult doing strange stuff. And then I just gotta like keep being in the air. And then people out just suggest that go inside a nitrogen pod and see what that gas gonna do for you. Hey, sure, guys. Like, I seriously, I can't deal. I literally cannot. I can't handle. Nothing's giving. Nothing is giving. And so yeah, I need to escape from it all. I do. I can't. Like, the news, we need to keep up with the times. We must know what's happening, but the world is becoming increasingly cray in a way that's just rough to just keep swallowing that pill. And if at all, I'm constantly under attack with people trying to kill me even though I am unkillable. Me, I need to stay awake praying. I need to stay awake and just in tongues all night long to break past an induced melancholy that is not of me, an induced sorrow that does not belong to my heartstrings. Like, proper, it's not mine. Me, I know that I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. Life is moving in a positive direction, so I have no reason to want to die. But when then me, patience, is being exsanguinated out of my bloodstream like a knife wound to the jugular, when patience is being taken out of my heart by anxiety because people are trying to get me to kill myself real fast before I sit as a warm body in a chair in a corporate out here collecting a salary, I'm like, yazin, angwas, I gotta keep praying, I gotta stay in prayer. And yeah, when you keep on getting pursued by some satanic buffoon that will never ever get you, by some people that feeling that they can keep on testing something else extra, like no side in bazothatha something yan nenze ba le busy ba tshela di pepere le matswai hara maphelo a batho hore first or reason to tse re sa di tseneng o tlo etsang mo lifeng to stay awake and pray all night when people keep on pouring pepper and salt inside your life to induce you into early labor or induce you into early death, early suicide, early capitulate. Yeah, forced. Nkani, yabatwako Satan. Angwas, I can't. So when I'm dealing with that kind of spiritual war and then I see how cantankerous the planet is, clamorous, noisy, gang, 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 twing, 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 gang, 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 twing, 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 all day long, you're just hearing pots and pans, quack, 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 twing, twing, gang, gang, gang. Any noise. And so far as it's not coherent, like an orchestra, and so far as it's not musical, it's out there. If it's messy and chaotic, the world out here be embracing it like a bosom buddy. I can't deal. So how do you survive all that noise? Pots. How do you deal? Ozo deal how? Guys. Nyayatle. Karene. Batubakabana ho. There's no full stop, yo. There's no full stop. No, nothing. No dead end, no robot. Cul-de-sac, nyana, stop sign, yield. The street just keeps going and going and going. Hana moto oring ho. No brittle, I can't. So manje me when I'm watching a whole bunch of content online, that even though it's edifying, it's also kind of grieving because I just don't know when this thing is gonna end. Like the crazy is just not stopping. Me, I watch Netflix, so it's that basic. I gotta watch it. I have to get away from it all. I literally have to bury myself inside science fiction. I gotta bury myself inside a television show, a fictional one, watch a drama, whatever. I gotta watch something, because if I don't get away from the reality of what's going on, I will literally pass away. So I deliberately go out of my way to watch stuff that is clean, no sex, no profanity, just clean. But even clean stuff ain't all that clean. I literally choose, I'm actually quite besotted with DC shows, with like kiddies shows, fantasy shows, hey? Like, you know, Boma Cinderella, Snow White, basically make-believe. A world in Jeffela full of make-believe. I like to get in there. So I watch fantasy shows on Netflix. I watch science fiction, lots of it, yeah, on Netflix. And I am, of course, besotted with DC. Anything DC. The Flash, Superman, Supergirl. Yeah, I get it, they are targeting children. They're targeting kids, these randos. They're targeting kids because kids are the ones into comics and what have you, and some adults. Anyway, whatever. So I target these because I know that I'm not going to be getting lambasted with the B word every so often, the S word, the F word, and I'm not going to be lambasted with sex scenes and what have you. But even there's like, yeah, you still happen upon like narratives, agendas. You still find agendas, eh? You still wincing like, yeah, that's you there. Right inside a DC show, there's actually one that I stopped watching because I couldn't deal. DC's Legends of Future Past Dead People. I don't know, whatever. That future past, future traveling. Yo, that one, it's a whole Kenya. It's so full of magic. It's so full of esoteric suggestion. Like, it's so full of wizardry. And of course, the LGBT agenda, the PQRS WXYZ hashtag squiggly sign, full stop, exclamation mark community. Yeah, hey, that one. And it's funny because like in season 1 they tend to leave it out, and then in season 2 comes at you like boot print, like they know to introduce these people first innocuously to you, where every character in the show is straight, and then in season 2 they out here grabbing one of the lead characters and making them gay. Ew. And you gotta keep on watching women out here be finding each other interesting. You gotta watch men finding, you know, there was a time, y'all, when upon seeing 2 chicks walking in the park, like hugging each other or holding hands, it was friendly. I don't like, back in the day when I used to walk with my girls, sometimes we'd be so tight, be feeling so much as friends, that we would walk around literally in a huggy state. And just like, you know, my hand around her shoulder, her hand around my shoulders, or we'd be holding hands, or we'd be like just really like chilled, like really like squeezed next to each other. There was a time when that was innocuous. Nobody would assume that it's 2 lesbians walking around. It was just 2 best friends. Now you don't know if when you see 2 chicks holding hands or hugging, if you know they're suggesting the colorful agenda. Go confused, Nji. Everything is confusing. You cannot look at 2 women walking in the mall holding hands and think maybe they're sisters or best friends. Now they're probably lovers, because the suggestions are so littered across social media. They're so littered that now you are, guys, you know, there's a way that you conduct yourself as a heterosexual woman in the presence of a man. Yeah, you don't, even if you have like male friends, right? You don't go around hugging them for 10 years. You also don't spoon sleeping with them in the same bed. You don't hold hands when you're walking with them. You don't hug all the time. You don't giggle all the time. But with male friends, like there is a distance, yeah, because you can't be completely platonic with the opposite sex type setup thing. But it was like that with men only. You tended to, you know, control how, you know, close for comfort you got with some men in these streets. Boys, guys. Now, You can't be too giggly with a woman because you're not sure if this chick is out here, caught. You don't know if she's been won over for the other side because they're literally trying to win us over. Like in Supergirl, Alex was straight in season 1. Yeah, she was straight, and then the suggestion came through some other female who made her see that she's actually lesbian. Yeah, woman in her late 20s actually realizing in her late 20s that she's lesbian. I'm sorry. Demon possession, just like that. Boo. You meet some chick that convinces you you're gay when you've been straight. Sure. They are trying to make us gay for what? Because 2 women cannot make a baby. Neither can 2 men. Mara, they're trying to push it. For Ingi, that's the thing. For me, the stuff going on in these streets is like, it's unnecessary. Why? Like, nothing makes sense. Nothing. Nothing makes sense. The agendas that they are proliferating. It's like, we don't get why would you want more people to convert over to lesbianism? Why would you want more people to like, you've got enough people in Jafela from the time they're 4 or 5 years old being like, me, I like chicks as a chick, or me, I like girls' toys as a dude. There's enough of them. Let them come out of the closet and be like, I'm gay, I've always been gay. Abosomizi type setup thing. But then when you are literally trying to bake in an oven like puff pastry, Abosomizi. Like when you are trying to get a dude to out your wearing when you are out in these streets literally going out of your way to try and get a woman to see where another woman is coming from romantically, when you can no longer tell the difference, like you can't tell what is being suggested here. When 2 chicks are out here having lunch, laughing it up a storm, hugging each other, loving each other, high-fiving each other, you like when you get along like that with a guy, people be like, there's chemistry between Karabo and Sizwe. When then people are like, there's chemistry between Karabo and Pinky. What are you doing? Like, I'm having a laugh and a boisterous one at that with a woman because we get along. But now it's hard to tell if this year is chemistry, flirtation, or something more nefarious, something kind of malevolent. We are being suffocated by the suggestion, by the narrative that's being proliferated. And then when we speak out against it, we get people talking about how touch not God's anointed. Do my prophets no harm? Yo, hete nyayatle ke fo ke tlhana tsafana ha ke nka se gone mo lifeng. I can't, you guys, like proper akunandawo failag. There's nowhere safe. Hana black eling safe. There's nowhere safe. It's not safe in DC comics anymore. I need to get away from it all because it's hard to see reality, okay? Because reality is nasty. It's danger. It's dark like a cave. That's reality. So I need to watch something to get away from it all. Give me something, a bit of an X-Men series. I like science fiction. X-Men, I can watch Wolverine healing 24 hours a day. I'm happy with that. I like science fiction, and I like comics, and I like fantasy, like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, stuff like that. Cinderella. I can watch that. But then when it starts to get too esoteric, too dark, too magical, too witchcraft spells, DC Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Satani Omo. Cho. I chose it because it's DC, but that's the thing. DC shows, you can watch them from maybe like 2012, 13 going back. You'll be fine with Batman. You'll be okay with Superman from 2013 going backwards. Mar, after 2013, 14, bazo introduce a gay Superman. Since when? Or a bisexual Supergirl is so grieving. Ne? Guys. Feminism in gaga. Hebato. Trying to make the men there look like these namby-pamby, wimpy males that have no strength. If you want to make a Supergirl, by all means, I'm a Supergirl. I'm filled with the Holy Spirit of God. I got power. There is power in the name of Jesus. Please. They are shaking like a washing machine at the end of a wash cycle around me. I am a spirit-filled child of the living God daughter that causes the kingdom of darkness to be like, yeah, I got power, but my goodness, the power of Christ that I have emanating through me ought not squelch, exsanguinate, and diminish the power that men have, and of course the authority given them by God, their leadership, the patriarchy, the diminishing of it in these shows. The man out here in these streets be wearing an apron, telling himself that, yeah, he cooks now. while Supergirl goes out and rescues the day. The dudes there are diminished in their girth. Y'all know that women love men manly, right? Strong. Y'all know that men love women feminine, right? So, like, delicate, kind of coy. It was never broken. Yeah, DC recommendationing a hard knock of a suggestion out just sliding into your DMs like a bad dude. But into you subliminally, messaging you, telling you that it's okay to be androgynous, butch, and basically wearing the pants in the relationship as a woman. And as a dude, it's alright. Go and wear that apron, brother. It's all good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, when God made it clear that I don't like my men effeminate, don't be doing it, don't go soft. And then DC is like, be soft. Except DC is a children's entertainment spectrum thing. They're gunning for your kids. You're like, I can't. And what as me? I can't deal. It's like there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere where I land. And this thing is working out. Know what I'm saying? Gusier everywhere. I can't. So I gotta keep watching shows from long ago. But long story short is, I gotta escape to Netflix because everything is just too taxing. I gotta escape to Netflix because everything is too taxing, and inside Netflix I'm choosy about what I watch because the eye, gate to the heart, everything. Got it. If the eye is dark, how much darker then is everything inside there? It can be a canyon, a vortex twisting in it. Got it. So I make sure that I choose shows that are made for children sometimes. Like literally, I choose shows that are made for kids. I choose fantasy. I choose science fiction, DC. I choose stuff that has got family rating. And even though nobody's swearing and nobody is having sex in front of your face, somebody is out just suggesting that they're liking a chick as a chick or a dude as a dude, and somebody out just suggesting that it's okay for a woman to be this butch androgynous manly thing walking around while her baby daddy, husband, boyfriend is this wimpy, namby-pamby, however very muscular second to her in authority. Oh, it's just so taxing. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on in Supergirl right now. Yeah, that's what's happening in Supergirl. They are making all these ugly recommendations. I'm writing it out. I'm sitting it out. I'm fast forwarding past all the parts where Alex and her little girlfriend are even having a basic conversation about police work. I literally don't care about their conversations because every so often they slip in a loving stare into one another's eyes to suggest that they're in love. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to know. How much more then do you not care? Neither want to know when your kids are watching that stuff. Like there's no... Guys, I'm just trying to make it clear right now that people are taking away the earth for us to live in. I gotta escape. I gotta go and watch something on Netflix because I can't keep on watching the extortionary, bribing, random, tycoony abusers in a mafia state that out here be insisting upon South Africans starting businesses, attempting to anyway some kind of a protection fee. Like I can't. I can't. Like the South African economy is already suffocating, and there are all these people out here threatening new business owners with burning down their businesses if they don't pay 30% of their revenue to some mafia boss that's like my burp to protect them from burning down to the ground. Like it's literally going down. So I mean, how many of us are going to be able to start businesses anyway? Our economy is already kind of suffering. Load shedding has had a field day with us, and now there's all these mafia gang people insisting that if you don't want to be raped, lady, you're going to pay a protection fee. Well, the way that I'm so scared of rape, but I have no money, so I guess I'm like a victim. Like I'm basically a prospective for being raped by the mafia because I don't have money to pay them to not violate my body.